Welcome back, guys. My name is Tim Tran. I'm your link to the fire within and to God. Well, guys, first of all, I gotta tell you guys, God give you power. Every single one of you. It doesn't matter. You're across the world. Now, when you're across the world, you happen to be a different religion, I suggest you to look into the believe in Jesus Christ and God and take Him. That's the only way. I can tell you this is because I looked at everything where most other religion is either self-help or kind of stuff, or self-happiness, all kind of stuff like that. Work is to sell. But and then willing, teaching where help others, right? Help other, bring other though, and tell the other the truth, right? And not just by self, but you start helping yourself. But then you gotta spread that word, and that's more important. That's Christianity, and plus you gotta accept it, right? Most other religion they don't want to accept other believers in, right? Or Christianity, Jesus Christ, you really accept, as Jesus Christ believer, like myself, you gotta be careful. Some people say they believe in Jesus, but they don't really follow him, okay? Most important thing, okay? We accept everybody. Doesn't matter, right? People from other universe, stuff like that, they don't know us yet, but they will know us as long as, we are sharing it to generation to generation about Jesus Christ. This is the only way. This is the only God that will help you in your life and help humanity to prosper, right? But any other religion, it's all about they don't want Christianity to involve because they don't have a true principle. So they don't want Christianity to enter the space because they're afraid that destroy their religion, which is correct. It's because they are grounded by man-made idea, not true God, idea that loving everybody, that teaching people, the only way, the right way, right? Okay. Beside that, right now, I just wrote this, and just to let you guys know what's my thought about this, and it's up to you guys, right? You guys have the power. You got the power to be destroyed, or you got the power to build. That is you. You decide to, okay? Right? I wrote this right here, Carl. While most people are too busy living and working for others, a small group, that 1% to about 10%. Now, 1% is really rich, right? And 10%, you drive around your neighborhood or somewhere like that, you see these people live in a nice neighborhood, nice house, all kind of nice cars and stuff like that. That's mostly them, like, they make enough money, that, they can afford these things, right? Those are 10%, right? They may make a little more, but they're not making a million. Making millions is only 1% of that. And those are the people that really control the world, right? But there's nothing you can do about it. You can be even with them because they work really hard and they can, they see things before you see, right? So, pay, so these like 1% to 10% of these people have paid close attention to the trend and new idea, right? These changes are happening quietly, right under everyone knows, right? Under where everyone knows. But most never noticed, okay? The wealthy don't risk their money on these, the wealthy, don't risk all their monies on these ideas. They invest only a small portion over, a few years. That small portion can turn into massive wealth. Later, the majority look back and say, I wish someone had told me this. A lot of people say, oh, I miss opportunity. I miss Apple. I miss, Amazon. I miss Facebook. I should have invested a little money in that. You know what? That's what happened, right? Because you don't pay attention. You're too busy working, following order. Now, I'm coming to that part right in a minute, right? Because that's what happened, right? We condition to follow a certain way, right? And that all play out, okay? So, the next part is like, from an early age, government, condition children to follow orders. Now, the reason they do this is because, children, you got to learn, right? Because you be like animal, run everywhere, and then you get hurt and hurt yourself. You have no idea, how the world works, right? So these people implement a program in, a program is intended to help you, okay? To help you to be in line with what you need to do, or else you just run around and you're just lost and you have no idea, right? Because God gives you the power, free will, but you have to learn, right? Because you have power, but you don't learn. Just like any Marvel movie you see, right? you have a coach, somebody to teach that power. Now Superman had mom, dad. He came to the earth, and he got mom, dad to teach him to hold to tank that power, right? Or else he's gonna go destroy everybody, right? Because he got so much power, right? The same thing with you. You have power. God give you the power, but you gotta learn, right? But the bad part is that these entity, they came up with this program, and same thing, and not to help you, like in a way, because when they sit on the program, because they have to put infrastructure in, for you to come to study and stuff like that, and they have to have people come with all these programs, so they have to pay it. So that's a tax system come in. But over time, evil saw this. Evil people saw it and go and use the money for something else, right? They keep on asking you for money because the money is like there's plenty of money there. Evil people came in, they start using money for something else. They mismanage the money, right? Because like everybody else, you don't know how to manage money. You take over, a bank account and somebody, and you see all this money that you could start spending, right? The same thing with, most of this leader that we have in. Well, over the years, where they see the money there, so, man, the money's just sitting there, right? For the people. But instead, we got to use this for this, you use that for that, and they can just spend. You're like, just like a spending habit that everybody have, right? And you got to learn how to tame that power, right? Okay. From the early days, the government conditioned children to follow order, like schooling, schooling, training them to obey rude, meet deadline, and prepare for jobs, right? As an adult, direct force no longer works, right? Because as you learn and you become an adult, when you become an adult, you learn more things, right? When you learn more things, what happened? You don't want to go to the school anymore because you want to go making money, right? Because you know what, the world won't run of money, right? You gotta have money if you do, or you're homeless, right? So the director, she at young age, the government can implement. They say, they come on program. We're gonna take care of the kids, right? So they come on program to protect the kid, and they make the parent responsible for it, right? And that's what they good intention. I mean, these people are good intention. It's that we have bad people come and play, because every program or every company you have bad management, managed people, bad CEO came in and take over the what they have no idea the hell what they doing, right? So they just dismantle the same thing that spend so much money. They just destroy the whole company that hired 1,000 people that was building up to 1,000 company working in the company. Next thing you know, new CEO, new business, they're going to invest in there and have no idea what the hell they're doing. So they came in. So what happened is that they treated people bad. So people start leaving, and and the jobs are falling down, right? And that's happened to any government, any entity, right? Entity in the government as well, right? Government program, all kind of stuff with that. And it's bad as that because the government tax the people and the people money, and these people come in and they launder the money to do something else that's not worth for the money. I mean, there's research, all kind of stuff that's good, to know how people work and how things are, the way they can make better policy, right? And over time, all this money was laundered, but people find loophole, they're trying to launder their money themselves. I'm in charge of the money now, so I mismanage the money. I mean, that's human, right? That's human, right? Because if you don't know how to manage money, then you mismanage money, right? That's how it is. Okay. As an adult, direct force no longer works. So a new system replace it. They call it the paycheck, right? The paycheck, the system, the paycheck. People follow order, not because they are forced, but because they need to survive, right? People need to survive. You can't hunt, right? You can't go in the wood hunt. How many people trying to go in the wood, trying to live by themselves? What happened? If they don't have, first they got to build a resort where they can make that money first before they buy land, stuff like that. Then they can able to sustain themselves out there with all this equipment. But most people say like, all right, I've got no money. Yeah, I'm not going to take a job and I'm going to go hiking and go in the wood. Something's going to eat you, right? You live like animal because you're not going to be able to protect yourself unless you buy something to protect yourself and you go in the wood, right? You go in the wood, you don't know what's in there. Massive the ocean. And the land in the wood, right? We don't know what kind of animal there, and that bear, and tiger, they all stronger than you. They live with a wire. They're stronger than you. They'll eat you in a heartbeat, right? If you have intelligence, you got to be a weapon, right? So most people, that's why we got so many people hiking and go missing, right? So okay, you got to be careful with that, okay? Then when you're young, they force you to learn, right? They force you. They force your parents have to put you in school, right? Because they have to. They have no choice, right? Because your kid, you just tell them about you born your kid and you leave them just like animal, like the animal born, you know,